you see in our guests an opportunity to become a thrill seeker in your own right and your own time. So our next guest, think about this. Going on a vacation is a highlight for anyone, right? Doesn't matter where you're going. But our next guest wanted something a little more thrilling than just, I don't know, a simple road trip or a weekend getaway. First, she started volunteering on a farm. She volunteered on a farm in Tennessee, which turned into boating in Antarctica, then led to surfing in Barbados. But that's not all. I love it. But that's not all. World traveling opened up Lydia to the possibilities of where she wanted to go and what she could do with her life. She ended up spending 50 days traveling across 8 countries and visiting 14 different cities and had an experience she said completely transformed her life. Take a look.
Last year, I just hit a wall and I just wasn't connecting with work anymore. I'd gone through a divorce a few years prior and I decided I just needed a hard reset on everything. I went on a website to find volunteer experiences that would pair me with a farm stay. I worked on the farm for a total of 2 weeks. After I came back home, I thought, what do I want to do next?
Hello.
I went with one of my friends and we visited Antarctica. We did daily expeditions, riding around on small Zodiac boats, seeing all sorts of wildlife. And I also did the ultimate thrill, which is the polar plunge, jumping off the side of the ship into the blue waters. I packed up and headed to Barbados. I decided it's time to learn how to surf. I decided I wanted to travel some more and that I should go as absolutely far as possible into one of the continents that I'm least traveled through, and that was Asia. I visited 14 cities across 8 countries in just under 50 days, including Japan, Hong Kong, Macau, Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, India, with one final stop in Greece. What this whole experience taught me is how thrilling and amazing life can be when you decide to prioritize your passions and choose yourself.
Please welcome to the show, Lydia Hamilton. Lydia, okay, listen. I love my life, and I don't often covet anything that anybody else has done. I want to be you right now. I'm just serious. So where were you last week?
Last week, oh my gosh, it's been such a blur. I ended in Greece, and then I got back to Philly just on Thursday.
Just on Thursday?
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, I love that the initial 3 goals of this you wanted to achieve while on the trip. You said you wanted to figure out your next chapters personally, professionally, and to get clear on who you are.
Yes.
That third one is very interesting to me.
It was because I'd come out of a marriage that was nearly 16 years long. And I had to reevaluate who am I independent of anyone else. Wow. And so I needed to do this hard reset. Everything was out, work was out, relationship was out, and I had to get back to who I am.
Right. If you don't mind me asking, how old were you at that time when you had that?
It was about 41 or so.
So it's 41, and you're having this moment, like this Control-Alt-Delete, as I call it, on the computer, where you really need that hard reset.
Yeah.
Travel, how did that become part of it?
I mean, I'm someone that loves to explore, but it's not just for the sake of going somewhere and chilling on a beach, which there's nothing wrong with that.
I was going to say, whew, thank goodness, nothing wrong with that, because that's what I'm doing.
Nothing wrong with that. And I did chill on the beach a little bit during this trip. But I'm all about immersive travel. I really like to experience the cultures of where I'm visiting.
So that's where the farming comes in.
This is where the farming comes in. So I love...
Like, you really farmed?
I really farmed. I love animals, and I found...
Is that a horse or an alpaca?
That's
what is
a
that?
horse.
Oh,
it's a horse. I cared for 2 horses, a donkey, and a pony.
My producer said, seriously? I was kidding. I grew up in Texas. It was a funny joke. But yeah, so, but okay, that's not in Tennessee.
That is not. That is not. This was in India. I went to an elephant sanctuary and was able to feed them and walk with them and just have this incredible experience with elephants that are rescued.
I love that. Yeah. And I also love, because I noticed everything. There you are in India walking with the elephant with your beautiful white sunglasses on.
Yes.
Because you are authentic to who you are in this whole thing.
At every turn. I mean, man, she's got to give a look at every moment.
I love that.
Right.
What was the big takeaway that you learned from this?
The biggest thing for me is that I was able to liberate myself from the idea of what success looks like. Wow. Because, thank you. A lot of the time, we identify who we are with the work that we do and what our titles are. How often do you meet someone and the first question is, so what do you do?
It's my pet peeve. It is my pet peeve.
Quite frankly, who cares?
Who cares?
What you do and what your title is.
What's my name? I'd rather you ask me my address where I currently live. Because it is making an assumption about you already.
Exactly, based off of a title. I want to know about what motivates you, what inspires you, what is the last thing you did that really shook things up for you. That's what makes you interesting.
Wow, that's what makes life thrilling.
Yes.
I love that. Well, you are certainly inspired. We're going to all be on some website today trying to book something. Congratulations on this.
Thank you.
You live a thrilling life, Miss Lydia. Thank you for joining us, and be sure to go to our website to learn more about these experiences.